What's up?
Yo, what up, have some? What up, what up,
Have
what
some,
up?
what up, dude?
What up, Radix?
Dude, you guys are on fire. Holy cow.
We got Big G Andrew on the scene. Ghostbuster, Hannah, have some, Kingmaker, Last Dragon, Rocky, Rubakil, Ryan Ball 2, Sativa, Hopper, Super Tilco, and Swig. What's going on, people? How we doing on the Thursday?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Various different time zones.
Can't believe this week's already done, man. Good, we're just getting started.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty busy right now. Let me just tell you that much.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit happening right now, guys. Come to share it with you.
Yeah, a lot. The next few weeks are going to be real fun. It's going to be real fun, and we got some exciting activations. We're going old school NFT right now, getting everyone hyped, doing all the hype stuff. But yeah, the next few weeks are going to be real fun. It's going to be a real old school Web3 NFT journey, and I think I'm not even think I'm pretty damn confident you're all going to enjoy what's happening. But you know what? Today we're going to give a bit more information on Zuckbots, what the moving process is going to be like, and everything that's happening, the numbers, etc., etc. So you're going to get all the info that you've been waiting on in terms of Zuckbots today, and then we're going to continue to roll out kind of content around it. We'll have an AMA tomorrow and live stream, and that will continue the heist video. So anybody who joined last AMA, we've started to, based on the feedback that we've got, we started to kind of introduce new things into the AMA and live stream, and actually introduce some of the storytelling aspects as well. So that story about the heist continues, and it's going to be fun. We've also been working a little bit on Hooligan, like trying to see what kind of standard weekly kind of content shoots we could do. So one of the things that we are going to introduce is, and you'll see probably the first one either tomorrow or Saturday, is like a weekly crypto and NFT update by Hooli. So all the shit that's in the news, but in Hooli's own take, such as all right, I hope nobody's recording this part. Actually, bleep it out, Eggs, please. But yeah, so I don't know. Should we talk you through a bit of our thinking on how we're gonna do this mint without spoiling anything? What do you reckon? Nope. All right,
Yes,
cool.
let's do it. Let's go.
Spill the beans.
First of all, what a dope, awesome sweep by Flying Falcon. If you notice, they've been lurking in here for a while, seeing what we're up to, and really kind of happy to have them on board. They're pretty. We have spoken to them, and they're an investment group that are really kind of bullish on Web3 gaming, and one of the most bullish projects in Web3 gaming is, I was thinking this is a different word, but it's obviously My Pet Hooligan. So retention has been on us, and they have been listening, and we've been having conversations, and they're a great team. Really excited to have them on board. So big shout out to the Flying Falcon peoples if you're listening in later.
Appreciate you. Skyhopper, did you guys meet those guys at like NFT NYC or Vegas or one of your big events, or did they just kind of happen in otherwise?
No, basically, I think Jeff from YGG, who you might see in here, so Bunny Soprano connected us. So the guys at YGG and Delphi, they're doing so much. They're putting in so much time to help and support the project. They're actually really working hard on this, and they're really, it's not that the partnership with these guys isn't simply one on paper that we're partnering with them, we might do something in the future. Like these guys are part of the team now, and anything we do, any kind of workshops, ideation, they're involved in, but ultimately they also really. And they often say this, they're not decision makers. They're happy to support us, happy to give their ideas. They want us to kind of ensure that we make the decisions, and we're the kind of front-facing individuals on this. So like,
They've
you
been
know, never
absolutely beyond instrumental.
yeah, really, really good. But never for a moment think that, you know, that these guys are kind of directing everything and we're doing, you know, everything they tell us to do. It's not that kind of relationship. It's a very real working relationship where we're the part of the team, and it's, you know, it's a very good, beneficial, collaborative relationship.
Well, it's nice too because we're in complete alignment of how we see, you know, the real value proposition with this entire project. Obviously, is rolling out a game and an ecosystem that can scale. They've been really instrumental in helping to connect us with resources and you know, various teams. Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing, and we just have a shared vision, so it's been extremely synchronistic.
Yeah. So it's not like, you know, a lot of times when, you know, people think, oh, VCs, big bad VCs, companies are getting involved, you know, whatever they say gets done, and, you know, they're taking over the reins, etc. It's not that kind of relationship at all. It's like, you know, they are really like, you know, me and West, and
they're hooligans, man.
Yeah, proper full on hooligans as well. So, you know, they're massively invested, and, you know, like, investment isn't just financial investment. The investment that, you know, we're looking for is knowledge capital. There's two types of capital, right? There's finance and there's knowledge capital. You know, being aligned with individuals in the space who, you know, have been there, done that, seen the ups, seen the downs, and have got stacked knowledge capital and learning, and lessons learned that they can help us with. That's the kind of capital we want. So, and that's what those guys bring to the table. I don't know why we out here just bigging up Delphi margins. Yeah, answer the question, Hafsa.
What kind of question?
Go for it.
Why do you think they swept the floor at this time?
Why do I think they swept the floor at this time? Well, basically, you know, we have had a couple of conversations with them, and, you know, they say they're really invested in what we're doing and wanting to show that commitment to the project, basically. Why they came in at this time, I don't know the exact answer for. You know, we've been on their radar for probably a couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before they swept the floor. And I have noticed them, you know, even when we did our first reverse AMA, they were in there as well. I remember. As you call them out as well. So maybe it was the right price point for them. You know, obviously Zuckbots are coming as well, so always a good point to jump in. But otherwise, no, I think you know, we were brought to their attention. They did the due diligence. They've been listening to the AMAs, watching, and then made a decision to pull the trigger. I mean, I can't give you any more than that because I don't know anything.
My guess is they saw a good price to get in at, and then just made the move, you know, and just kind of recognized the ecosystem we're building out, and just saw the upside potential.
Yeah, and like Havsom's always made a good point as well. Like, you know, partners kind of, you know, getting involved with the NFT side of things as well is important, and they all have. So like Delphi, YGG, some of the individuals there, they're all pretty strong holders as well. So, you know, yeah, we're really kind of grateful, and really grateful that, you know, people, not just ourselves, but, you know, people outside of the community are really seeing what we're doing and drawing their attention to this. Ultimately, the old saying that build it and they will come, right? It's not always the case, but, you know, that's why we just don't stop building, because, you know, we might not have everybody's attention that we want yet, but if we carry on delivering, proving ourselves, ultimately we'll get all that attention. You know, it's a bit of a long game for us, but, you know, we're here to play it, and, you know, we've got the stamina as well. So let's keep cracking on. I hope that answered your question. Any other questions on this? Nope. All right, cool. Cut the bull, sir, and tell us when meant. Let's go, Swick. All right, I'm gonna tell you, and within the next few hours there'll be a full thread on this. But make sure when it comes out, you share it, you retweet it, you like it. Like, you know, anything we do, I'm just delaying telling you, right?
Yeah, seriously.
Anything that we put out, like, you know, the more love you show it, you know, the further it reaches out there as well. And, like, you know, we're a strong community here. There's, you know, over 4,000 holders. Like, imagine 4,000 holders were retweeting and liking everything we did. We'd be trending all the time. So, okay, without further ado, I don't know how to break this one down. It's super hard to hear you, Obi.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll speak up. Thanks, NFTs.
Yeah, I don't know how to break this one down, but let me try and start somewhere. Okay, cool. And this is going to be detailed shortly. So, mint dates. Phase one of the mint date is likely to be Thursday, the 27th of October. Don't tell anybody I said this, and hope it's not being recorded. Okay, and this is essentially in a nutshell how the mint's going to work. So there will be 8,888 claim for holders, as we all know. We are going to do a small sale on top of that at a heavily reduced price for hooligan holders. One of the things we've been thinking about, and Habsom's definitely helped with some of this thinking as well, is we should always put the community first. We should always put our holders first, and rather than just going out there and saying, here, all these outside communities, we're going to give you all our whitelist spots and, do what you wish with it. In which case you'll kind of invite people who want to make a quick buck or could potentially kind of crash your project, etc., without looking after your people. So we're putting our holders first, and, our holders, everybody who has a hooligan in the wallet, regardless of the snapshot that happened, anybody who comes to mint and has got hooligan in the wallet will be able to get one additional paid mint. So you'll get your free mint, you'll get your free claim, obviously. You'll be able to get in phase one an additional paid mint at 0.05 ETH. By the way, anyone jump in if you think some of this is wrong or you don't agree with it. So every hooligan holder will be able to get one mint. There's various benefits to that. Number one, you're going to get it at a reduced price that anybody else is going to get it at. Number two is, often we see with collections like, we don't want to force you. No, 0.05 ETH. Sorry.
0.05.
We want to do that to your last bracket. 0.05. Did I say 0.5? No, 0.05. To last dragon, we're gonna treat you special. We'll give you one for one, 0.5. So anyway, there's two reasons for this. Number one, ensure that our holders are able, because some of our holders might have got involved with the project when it was at like 1.4 ETH or 1.2. Some of us might have got in from no, it's not 1,776. Look, I'm going to talk about that. All right, so others might have got involved from mint, right? But this is an opportunity to kind of allow those who bought in a bit later to be able to get something at a really kind of reasonable mint price, and allow those who weren't able to kind of stack up 10 hooligans to be able to get an additional thing. So these bots will also kind of be the way into the rabbit hole by means as a hall pass. So essentially, there is thought around them replacing the hall passes. So if any,
That's not confirmed.
not confirmed yet, but for any partners who want to get in, at that point, a Zuckbot could kind of help with that situation. So the other thing is that we are doing one of the reasons for this. So if you look at collections, often. Especially if you look at like Bored Ape, everybody talks about Bored Ape, right? I'm gonna talk a little bit more about some of the questions that are coming up, but it's often like an unclaimed. So like Bored Apes were able to kind of mutate with a serum, but often the ones that have not mutated kind of sit at a higher floor price than the mutated ones. So we also want to give our holders the option of not having to claim all their Zuckbots in one go if they want to kind of keep some off the table in terms of keep some of them hooligans unclaimed. So therefore, by being able to mint for 0.05, some of these questions are like probably distracting me right now. I'm trying to read at the same time. If they're able to mint one at 0.05, that might then save you having to kind of claim all your hooligans and Zuckbots, right? So I think that's the first point. So let me add to this. Remember what I said, and this is dead serious for anybody who's in this VC. Like, hold on to that. In fact, as soon as we start this minting process, you're gonna all want to ape in. Let me just say that, because there's something special coming with this. This is going to be a much more fun situation than you think. As I've said, hold on to that hooligan. It's going to hold on to that Zuckbot. It's going to bring you more value than you thought. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So the second part of this is that's all wallets will get the ability. All holders will get the ability to mint one paid mint at 0.05. Any bag holders will get the ability to mint one extra at 0.05. So if you have, yeah, Jay, there'll be a breakdown coming. If you have 10 bag holders, I don't know who's got 10 bag holders, then you'll get the ability to mint 10 more. So these are stackable. Everyone who holds 7 faction will be able to get the ability to mint paid mint of 0.05 for an additional one. If you hold 5 faction, then that's 5 additional. So that means that these are stackable. Basically, so everybody's going to have the ability to mint at least one, and then depending on what you hold, you'll be able to mint additional on a stackable basis. So that will be the first part of the mint at 0.05. The second part of the mint will then roll over into a partner community mint. So this would be like, communities that have been able to either get, and this, let's talk a little bit about supply now. I'm not going to give you the exact number, but essentially it's not going to be double the supply of the current Genesis collection. It's likely to be half of that. So the paid mint is likely to be around, and this is one of the reasons. There were many reasons for the snapshot, but one of them was to help with these numbers. That doesn't mean that's the only reason for the snapshot.
So there's a lot.
There's a lot there, right? So, okay, where am I at now? Okay, so, all right, so the number is likely going to be between, around about 5,000 for the paid mint, and that will first open up to all of our holders, and then any remaining allocation will then go over into the partner mint. The partner mint will be a small set of guaranteed mints, where we want to kind of, the partners who really kind of helped us out, and then the rest will be via a pre-mint raffle. So whoever gets picked in the raffle will then be able to mint. That mint price is looking at around 0.1 ETH, so it'll be double what Hooligan holders are going to pay. Again, ensuring that we are looking after our holders first. So then you might say, well, okay, well, what happens if people don't mint? Are you going to go to public mint or not? We're considering doing a public mint. As it stands, we're mainly kind of focused on, looking after our community and looking after, select partners. Anything that's unminted or rolled over, I'm not going to give you too much here, but I'm going to give you a little bit. But it'll be sent to the crusher. Yeah. So basically, all those Zuckbots will be put in a crusher and produce a lump of metal that may have some really cool utility later on down the line. But I'm not going to tell you anything else about that right now, because there's a lot of surprises coming, and there's a shitload of stuff happening with this mint, and I'm really excited, and I don't want to spoil anything. But essentially, in a nutshell, that gives you a little bit of a breakdown of the mint. So let me try and repeat this, and then the claim will happen. So you're always going to get your free one-to-one claim. If you've got 10 hooligans, you'll be able to free claim, just pay gas, 10 OG Zuckbots, right? Again, just to repeat, if you've got hooligan, you'll also be eligible outside of your free claim for a minimum of one additional paid mint for 0.05 ETH. Depending on whether you've got bag holders or set of factions, for each set or each individual bag holder, you'll get an additional stackable mint. So all of these are stackable. It starts off with the community first, any remaining units then go over to partner communities. Any leftover units then get sent to the crusher. I'm not going to tell you much more about the crusher, but the crusher may form an important piece of this whole thing as well, because there's a ton of activations coming your way, and it's going to be a super fun ride for the next, minimum month after before and after mint. So I'm super excited about not spoiling anything for you, but as I've always said, is look after that damn OG Zuckbot, because it's going to bring you more value than you imagine. That's all I'm going to say on that particular matter. I don't know if there's anything I missed here, but yeah, the only other thing I'll say is there's a whole roadmap coming for the Zuckbots. You're going to learn more about that next week when we launch the trailer. So there is a trailer coming for Zuckbots. That original one you saw was just a little bit of a teaser, but there's a trailer that's been developed, and this trailer is going to give you some clues. Actually, I'll just say this anyway: that when we release the thread on this whole mint thing later, the image might give you a few clues as well. Yeah, let me just say that much, right?
Yeah.
So do read into that image. There might be a couple of clues in there. All right, so there's a bit of, let me just read these things. Okay, no. So Emerson, sorry. That's not the case. 8,888 free claim, around about 5,000 additional paid mints that start with the community first, and any remaining go over into the partner, basically. So there won't be 22,000 bots in that case. Does that make sense? I hope in my write-up we'll explain this a little bit better. So essentially there'll be around, let me just do the math. Let me just do the math to help this out. I don't want to say anything because there's some stuff in flux right now, but it'll all be in the thread. But essentially, there's going to be around 13,888 in total. Yeah, that around about that number, but that's TBD. I'm not giving you all the information right now. My arm was squeezed, and I've leaked a little bit. So I don't know what number that Wild West Cowboy is, but all I know is as soon as that first person mints, it's going to be interesting. That's all I'm going to say. As soon as that first person mints their OG Zuckbot, a lot of interesting things are going to happen. That's it. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, I think I've touched a little bit on that. Look out for the thread later. When we do release it, make sure you like it, retweet, and take a look at the image. The image will contain some clues. And I'll say, the next trailer is coming out next week. Again, that will contain some clues in terms of the abilities of the Zuckbots as well. So lots of clues coming. Mint phase 1 of the mint will start on the 27th of October, unless anything changes, and that will open up with our community being able to mint their paid mint. Then it will roll over any remaining units to partner communities, and then we'll get our free claims in. That's that in a nutshell. But if the thread that's going to go out later will explain it all. Okay, so the reason why I keep stopping is because I'm literally trying to keep up with the chat at the same time, and I'm trying to read the questions and answer them as well. But let's just jump straight into questions. It looks like Havsom's got the full drop on everything. Oh yeah, the other thing that I was going to mention is, in fact, I'm not going to mention it now, but later on down the line, I'm going to say this, but there's going to be a crusher. There's also going to be something called a Z combinator. There's also going to be that's it. That's all I'm going to say.
I saw the look in his eyes on that.
There's going to be. I keep I'm looking around the room and everyone's like doing the motion to stop speaking.
Yeah,
stop speaking. But yeah, there's going to be a shitload of stuff happening. And the only reason I'm trying to leak some of this is because I'm fucking super excited right now.
Luke Alpha Leak Brady over here.
Colin Brady's got got some competition now, but. Yeah, make sure you check out the thread. Make sure you retweet and like it. Make sure you take a look at the image, and let's see what you think the clues are. I look forward to the AMA tomorrow. Going to be another special AMA. There's going to be the continuation of the high story. Look out for the trailer next week, and then just trust me, this is going to be a fun experience going forward. Super Tilco says, so we only get OG bots, bot combinator. Nah, Super Tilco, good try, pal. But, it's going to be a little bit more interesting than that. You're just going to have to wait. All right, okay, cool. All I'm saying is, once somebody makes that first mint, you're going to start to see some stuff happen, basically. You're going to get all the information you need at that point. So I don't know who wants to be that first mint, but yeah, throw yourself out there. I'm gonna definitely try and be that first mint. First mint's going to be on. By the way, by the first mint, I mean the person who mints OG Zuckbot number 1. Okay, can we hold these indefinitely, or is there an end date on minting using the Z Combinator? We haven't said anything about the Z Combinator apart from the name. Yeah, so we're not giving out any more information then. Well, if there is a gas war, it'll only be between our holders, so it can't be that much of a crazy gas war, to be fair. There's 4,000 people. Okay, cool. All right, let's. Before we move on to the next subject, let's, and I definitely want to get this all written up and get it out there, but let's take a few questions just in case there's, shit man, this VC is popping right now, in case there's any kind of questions or any clarity anybody needs. I'm going to try and give you as much clarity as possible without spoiling anything. Let's start. That Emerson, that number 1 is mine, lad. All right, no questions. So that was super clear. Thanks, Have Some for making that clear in the chat. All right, cool. So, listen, this is going to be something I don't believe has been done before. What we're going to do, and number 2, no other companion collection is going to have as much going on with it as the Zuckbots collection will have. Trust me on that. Like, they're not even fucking close. Not even close. Like, this is going to be a league in its own. And when you see the roadmap and see what we're doing, you're going to be super happy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we've been working hard. We've been working hard. You know,
you guys were proud of this.
You've been making us sweat. You've been working us really hard. But you know, we do this all for the community, and that's why we want to ensure that we give back to the community as well. And the other bit of alpha I'm going to give. This. What if the others are actually the others?
Okay.
We're not going to tell you all like that.
This guy had to shot me.
Yeah.
Hey, Skyhopper, Luke, can you guys talk about how these are going to be used in the mobile game and how they can be used in the in-game? Like,
yeah. All right, cool. I'm gonna give you a little bit on this. I'm not gonna give you everything, but I'm gonna give you a little bit because I just like to keep some stuff for secrets. It's fun when you find out. We often tell you too much. Other projects don't say anything. All right, so let's start off with the mobile game. I'll give you as much as I can on this. So the mobile game is in development right now. You've seen some sneak peeks of it. It's early in development, but we are hoping. And don't please fucking all come at me if Q1 hits and it doesn't come out in Q1. But we are working on the target delivery in Q1 next year for the mobile game, iOS and Android. We want to get it out to the masses. You'll be able to get your bots in there. Oh, I'm not going to say so much because people are going to copy our ideas. But amongst other things, but let me try and help you get this without explaining everything. But you'll be able to essentially, let's say you'll be able to nurture and train your bot, and if you want, accessorize it, and you'll have various tools and stuff you could do to kind of maybe get your bot in fighting shape or get it in good condition, right? Ready for battle. Then you'll be able to enter battle. So you can probably, we're toying with the idea of, if you don't want to battle and actually control your bot because you don't play games but still want to get in there, having an AI component to it, depending on how you set up your bot. So, I'll give you a few scenarios here, but let's say I'm gonna go into a battle with Chip Diamond or Webby. I'm gonna want to know what kind of bot they're entering, how they've configured it, and then I'm gonna want to configure mine in a certain way that I know I might be able to kind of beat them. You'll have a small time window between when you can do this. And then essentially you're going to fight a bot like it's a fighting game. It is going to be in 3D, basically, and then your wins and losses will be recorded, and essentially you'll rank up or kind of down rank within the game. You will then, if you're taking, don't fucking anybody steal my ideas, honestly. If anyone here is sneaking in, trying to get the ideas, and you're not a hooligan, trust me, I'm gonna come after you. The hooligans are gonna come after you, right? That's the old school Manchester in me coming out right now. But essentially, let's say you take a win. Obviously, you're gonna climb the rankings. let's say you take a loss. Let's say you're taking a lot of losses. Your bot's obviously going to get damaged now. You're going to need to kind of build it up and nurture it and get it back to fighting fit condition. So there'll be training modules, there'll be accessories, you'll be able to configure your bot, and then you'll be able to take it to fight as well. There will be a free-to-play element of this game as well, just to ensure. Yeah, that's exactly a Manchester lad right there. I don't look anything like that Manchester lad in the chat, by the way. But yeah, you'll essentially want to kind of build this bot up, and then what you'll be able to do is once we kind of launch the ability to take your bot into the rabbit hole, that bot will then become your companion in the rabbit hole. That bot will take all its wins and losses and records and metadata with it, and essentially, as you're kind of playing the rabbit hole, it will be your personal companion. It won't be with you all the time, but you can kind of call on it. So as you notice in the game, you kind of collect bot parts, right? So your bot will be able to take damage. So like, if it takes damage, it'll go away, and then you'll have to build it back up by collecting bot parts and resummoning it. And it'll help you in many ways, and the teaser video will show you some of the ways that it will help you in the game, which is coming out the trailer next week. But essentially, it could help you by taking damage. It could help you by attacking enemies. It could help you kind of escape quicker. It could help you unlock certain boxes. So it'll essentially be your little companion. It also provides you, if you're a free-to-play player, and there's something I'm going to touch on right now, which is really important, right? But if you're a free-to-play player but have a Zuck bot, it will give you a personalized gaming experience. I took that personalized gaming experience word from Havsum, by the way, and I've been using it since, because your Zuck bot will be the NFT and it will be configured as and when you want it. So that's a bit about how it'll kind of help you in the game, and it'll keep its kind of metadata on chain as well. So essentially, a bot that's won a shitload of battles, will have its own kind of personality, it'll have its own rank. It'll start to, these kind of things, once the game's rolling, will start to introduce an interesting dynamic by which, an NFT will almost kind of have its own personality and rank within itself within the game. So like, if my NFT is like really kind of popular, rather than me being popular as Luke Skyhopper, my NFT will be. So that might be in like heavily in demand, on kind of secondary markets as well. All right, I don't know if that answers a little bit about that. There's a lot more to it that I don't want to say, but essentially, we want to also use the game, so the mobile game, as a mechanism of not only onboarding people into our ecosystem, but getting out to the masses and getting Web3 and the beautiful technology out to the masses, getting more gamers in and building up our ecosystem, and also pretty much using it as a funnel to get people into the rabbit hole. One thing that we've probably not spoken on too much about the rabbit hole, which we're going to speak on a lot more, and you're going to start to see a lot more details on this, is how the kind of gaming economy and kind of game loops will work. So there's going to be a lot of information coming out on that. So essentially, this is where the Genesis Hooligan holders will have a completely different weight and power to, and that doesn't mean like power in terms of skill, it means like a different power, which I'm going to explain now, to any free-to-play players. So there'll be two layers of the rabbit hole game. There's base layer, and then there's the Turf Wars layer. So the base layer will include the gaming modes such as Team Deathmatch. And by the way, we've been playtesting Team Deathmatch architecture in the studio, and it is fucking amazing. Super smooth, super rapid, super fun. A new arena.
Really
working incredibly well on Mac. Like, it's an absolute game changer, and I can't wait to start to show you some footage of this and get you all.
Something we're really proud of, guys. Honestly, also we're working on right now, seeing the core game modes actually get built in and seeing how smooth the gameplay is.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, it makes me feel like
this is like taking us to AAA gaming level.
Yeah, exactly.
So when a traditional gamer picks this up, they're going to be like, okay, cool, right. This is it. It's going to feel so comfortable, and the Mac build is running just as smooth. So it's going to be a game changer. I kind of lost my train of thought, but I was going somewhere. Yeah, okay. So the gaming modes we touched on are going to be Team Deathmatch, which will be the first one to go live. Obviously, Battle Royale, Capture the Bag, and Horde mode. they'll be the free-to-play level. So anybody can come in and play those, right? And they'll be able to contribute to the ecosystem, be able to use a marketplace, be able to dress up as hooligans, be able to compete, etc., etc. On top of that, there'll be a layer called Turf Wars. Only Genesis hooligans to start with will be able to be part of this Turf Wars. Genesis hooligans will be able to recruit other people into Turf Wars. Turf Wars is where the kind of earning part comes in and where the benefits of carrots will come in. And you can essentially recruit through the rankings people into your team. So consider it you building up as a Genesis hooligan your own kind of clan and actually managing your own team. And that is where you'll compete for resources. I'm not going to give away too much, but in the lower games, you're gonna build up resources. In the top level game, you're gonna compete for them. And Genesis hooligans are gonna set up their own teams. Genesis hooligans are the ones who will originally only be able to be eligible for the rewards benefits. But as they kind of recruit into their teams and bring people from the free-to-play layer into their team, they will also get some benefits as well. So essentially, that puts Genesis holders in a real position of power, and that's the power that I'm talking about. I said Genesis hole diggers, yeah, and it'll allow you to kind of build your own team and allow you to pick from the ranks. And those individuals who have got Genesis hooligans who are not gamers, will be able to rent out their Genesis hooligans to individuals who might want to play and kind of benefit from the rental agreement there and from kind of the earnings on that side. So that's a little bit more insight into that. So you can have got a little bit more of an understanding of how the Genesis hooligan has a completely different value proposition in the game as well. All right, Rebel Joker. For so many hooligans being dispersed to multiple wallets for claims and mint extra. That won't work, Rebel Joker. So yeah, you're well out of luck with that. It doesn't matter if you put them in other wallets; it will make absolutely no difference. Okay, cool. All right, what other questions have we got? Like, honestly,
Probably gonna have to bounce here in a second, too.
we're gonna have to go soon because we need to get all this information out to you. I'm rugging hard right now. What does a minimum viable product for the first public release of the game look like to you all? Absolutely has to be. What absolutely has to be. All right, so Emerson, let me. I'm obviously not the game developer here, but
I can touch on a little bit too.
all right, go on then.
Yeah,
I've been talking too much.
Yeah, Emerson. All right.
All right, wait. NFTs. Can we mint our Zuckbot claim forever or a time limit? I want you to be able to mint it. I want that claim to be running for forever, so you can do it as and when you wish. And if you don't wish to do it and want to keep your hooligan on claim, up to you as well. I want to keep it forever. So that's me. I don't know if you've got any suggestions. Let me know. But I don't see any reason why it can't just be ongoing for life. Right, let's jump in.
No, real quick on the MVP. So this is something that we.
Skyhopper is the MVP.
Yeah. On Rabbit Hole MVP, so there's a bunch there to unpack, but for us, core game loops need to be built in and actually need to have been tested and sticky, making sure that things are looking and feeling right.
And that doesn't need to be all of the game.
No, it does not. But yeah, but the core ones that we at least want to kick off with.
Because one of the things that we were, really, kind of what we've always said is this will be an iterative build and release. So we will have seasons, and within each of those seasons, we need to release more features, more loops, more quests, more activities, etc., etc.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and then
I know you're good.
the free to play. Yeah, go for it. The free to play onboarding needs to be super tight. We've got a lot of work gone into that, but that still needs to be tightened. That rail needs to be there. And then on top of which, in-game marketplace needs to be up running and just feeling good. UI, UX all needs to be strong, solid there. And let's see, I think there's the last couple of things, but I feel like that's probably enough to start with. Overall, there's definitely work to be done, but we're getting through it. We're getting there. Hold on. All right, here, let's go. Anybody else want to jump in? What do we got, guys? What up, Dennis? Nothing.
Let's get some more. Let's get these questions rolling in. When proof of pet bonuses. All right, cool. That's also being worked on right this second, actually. And like I said, the snapshot had many purposes. That may be one of them. All right, keep some questions rolling in. Anything else you want to know about what's going on?
Skyhopper, I have a question.
Yes, please. By the way,
are you
like
in touch-
crypto block Dan, let me just plug it, is running a live stream right now on Twitch. I think I've shared the link. If not, it's on our Twitter. Go and jump in there. Or if anybody's in the rabbit hole now, get in there, get in the rabbit hole and blast this guy.
Go get it.
And we're also jumping on with Crypto Stash again at 4 p.m. So I want that West Coast server stacked. And hopefully he's got his freaking machine sorted out this time as well. Because that didn't look good last time. But all right, sorry, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, thank you. I was thinking, are you in talks with gaming streamers for extra eyes on the project?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
And,
That's a big piece of the rollout strategy.
massive piece. We have to be. So that'll be part of the kind of marketing push. But one of the key things first is we need to get the product bang on. We want when we're reaching out to these streamers that are outside of the Web3 space. So like people in the Web3 space will see things differently to a traditional gamer. We want the traditional gamers to pick up this rabbit hole and think, fuck's sake, this is smooth, this is fast, the gameplay modes are banging, it's sticky, graphics are dope. We want to play this. So we want to ensure that before we go to the streamers, this product is absolutely tight as anything, as a AAA game that they're already playing. So we want to do that first, and that's where we need your help to just ensure that you're playing, giving us feedback, and letting us continue to kind of build this out. And we're really bullish on this next version that's coming out, and that's really going to be the massive step change that we've been looking for. Exactly. So NFT, Web3 games are shit. We've got to hold ourselves to console gaming standard. Exactly.
We take it very, very seriously. We know that there's a prejudice. We know that there's sentiments that are super pro Web3 gaming. So we want to make sure that we're really just bringing the heat when it comes to that deployment and making sure the game is top notch.
Exactly. All right. So some clarity on the bots here. So the mint. I'm just going to say this, right? So you will mint an OG bot. All of the supply that you're going to mint is going to be an OG bot. And the OG bot is the bot that you're most familiar with, the one that's like a block with two arms coming out. No, I'm not going to say anything else. But basically, I've always said that this OG bot will be the key to the other bots. That's all I'm going to say. Make sense? Nah, Dennis, don't make sense. All right, cool. Let me try and explain this one again, Dennis. Will the next faction be released by burning? No. All right, so this is the bit that I'm not going to tell you. Wes keeps saying, don't say anything, but I'm aware that I'm not going to say anything, Wes.
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to help explain this without saying it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to help. Basically, all I'm going to say is, you're going to mint an OG bot, and the OG bot is going to be the key to, which we've said all this time, this is not new information, the key to getting some of these other bots or other things. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, that's why I've been consistently telling everybody to keep hold of that damn OG bot, because it's going to bring you more value, right? That's all I'm going to say. And then I've also given you another clue, Dennis. I've also given you another clue, is watch out for the first person who mints, because that will give you all the rest of the information you need. Yeah. Right. All right. Cool. I think that's all I can say. I'm honestly like West keeps like making that cut in your throat kind of gesture, which means shut up. Okay. Cool. I don't know, man. But like everybody wants that number one. So we'll try and get in for that first mint, but don't compete against each other. But all I'm saying is that first mint will start to unravel the story. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, any other questions? Honestly, we're going to have to go soon as well. Yeah, we want to get this solved. But we need to make this, we need to ensure that this information comes out in a very formal manner to you all, and it is very clear.
Having randomized.
bag holders are finally getting some form of perk. And maybe they might get more.
Hey, Skyhopper, we appreciate you, bro.
Oh, bro, I appreciate you.
Yep.
Come on, dude. Of
Love
course.
this community, man.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
We love you guys. Seriously.
Yeah, and yeah, like Lovebug DM'd me yesterday and said, there's a few communities that would like to be involved in this mint. They're not, massive communities, but it'd be very meaningful if we were to, provide them some whitelist. And I said, yeah, of course. Like, you are our community. If there's, other communities you're part of, and you want us to, support or provide them with some, few whitelist positions or whatever that might be. Just let us know. Like, we're willing and able to help. We're not just out here saying who are the big dogs. We're going after them. We've been the underdog since we started, so we'll always support the underdogs as well. NFTN, love you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Everyone, NFTN's been submitting some dope music.
Dude, loving it, by the way. Yeah, pumped about that. We're going to have more information coming out for you guys, too, about our soundtrack exploration and some Web3 integrations there. So I'm actually really, really excited about it.
Yeah, you know what? I like your approach. I like Havsom's approach about partner communities. Like, unfortunately, one of my criticisms of myself, and this isn't, not everybody in the business is like this, but me and West are a bit soft at times.
Actually, I really appreciate your perspective on these sorts of things.
We need
we're good, and then we're like,
we need to get
more discerning.
Yeah, we need to get. We're a bit soft at times. I'm a bit simpy.
So
at times.
I just joined it. So is there going to be a new mint for a new collection?
Basically, if you are a hooligan holder, I don't know if you are or not, you will get a free claim, and you'll also be able to mint a paid mint of 0.05 ETH, a minimum of one additional OG Zuckbot. Make sense? Oh, by the way, and if you're not, we will have some whitelist spots available for K Gold. So there will be some Zucklist spots going available for K Gold. If you want an additional mint spot, again, that will be stackable. There won't be a ton of them coming out, but there'll definitely be some. We might release them in phases. So we might go out with 100 to start with. And then pick it up from there if we feel we need to. Look at freaking Havsom's a beast.
Yeah, he's on it.
Havsom's a beast. We need Havsom in all negotiations going forward. All right,
Luke,
cool. All of this
Luke.
information will be formally going out today at some stage.
Hey, Luke, I just got to say, it's great that you got your voice back. I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Your excitement, your excitement's getting us all. You're getting us all hyped up with your excitement. So I'm glad you're going on tour today. It's going good.
I'm super excited. I just can't wait for that first person to make it. I'm just super excited. That's all I can say. I mean, I'm that excited. I'm probably talking this up too much, to be fair. Just to recap on what's going on today, we'll be jumping in with Crypto Stash at 4 p.m. on the West Coast server. Get in there, kick his ass. Crypto Block Dan, who's part of YGG, streaming right now. I don't know what server he's in, but get in the rabbit hole if you want to be part of that stream, or go and join him on Twitch. The link is in our Twitter. Tomorrow we've got a live stream and AMA at 10 a.m. PST. Your local time will be on the announcement. We will be continuing the Zuckbot heist story during that, so you will get some fresh content in there as well. And some of you may be delightfully surprised. But one of the things that we've been keen on is getting more of the community hooligans into this content we're doing and the story. So actually, the movie script that's being written right now, I'm not going to say too much about it, but some of you are actually in it, and
there's going to be some more communication and exploration to that too. So
yeah. So
it's a big initiative for us to get you guys.
It's a big initiative, but you know, if that comes off, you'll actually be actors in a movie, which is fucking huge.
And we're also, we'll be working on multiple pieces that showcases, our kind of our contributors and people like yourselves in the community. So stay tuned for more of that. That's something that we're definitely working on, and I'm really, really just fucking pumped to see come out. So I'm looking forward to sharing that.
Yeah, and NFTs royalties for holders, we are working on that. Obviously there's a lot of legal work to be done on that side as well, and seeing what's happening with Bored Ape, which is. I'm not going to say too much about that, but it's a bit of an investigation. It doesn't mean they've done anything wrong. I don't think they've done anything wrong. But what it might help do is kind of solidify some legislation around certain aspects of the crypto space, and that will really kind of help people and projects structure things accordingly and be able to kind of offer different value propositions going forward. So as much as people think that it could be a bad thing, it could also be a really positive thing, and I think it will be a positive thing. All right.
One quick question. Sorry to interrupt that.
Yes.
If we're wrapping up, we can wrap up. Do you guys have any in-person events planned? I know you guys are.
So there's nothing on the calendar right now, but we definitely want to do a couple of things, and it's just as and when we can get these done. As you know, we're always like super busy, but one thing we want to do is an open day at the studio for the community. Get as many of you who want to come out here, and we'll have a couple of food trucks. You can see what we're doing, hang out with the team, and really kind of develop those relationships further.
And maybe just to say too, we're starting to put together our plans and goals for next year. Dennis, I saw that you mentioned come out to Europe, so it's something I'd really like to get on the books. So as far as getting our core IRL things together here at the studio here in the Los Angeles area, and then pushing outward maybe somewhere else in North America, and then I'd love to get one in Europe as well. I'd really like to try to get everybody together. So
and we are starting to get on like more conferences and events, and often they're like global. So you will see us start popping up in different parts of the world as well. And some of the partners that we're talking to, a lot of them are global too. So definitely want to go for that global reach.
You guys are in Vegas this week, right? How's that going?
Yeah, we were in Vegas. I mean, myself and Wes weren't there. Some of the other members of the team were there. They said it went really well, but we were definitely one of the shining stars out there, and actually had a game that was playable to show. I don't believe like the Vegas event was super packed. It was more of a kind of showcase and an investor focused event, right. So there was some good kind of connections that came out of it, and people absolutely loved what we're doing there, which is always positive news. But I expect that was the first time they've ever done it, that Web3 Expo in Vegas. But I expect in the coming years it will grow and grow.
But you've done NFT NYC, NFT.
Yeah, we've done NFT NYC. We did NFT Expo Verse in LA. I think we're going to be starting to do, and I've not got the calendar on this. But I think we're going to start to do more gaming conferences as well.
Yeah.
We might have one coming up towards the tail end of this year. So we'll let you know this information a little bit more in advance. So
this last one in Vegas, we decided pretty last minute. So sorry for not really sharing any update on that.
Yeah. Good stuff. It still seems there's a lot of confusion based on everything that I've said, so hopefully this thread will clarify everything. But thankfully, a lot of you are helping out in the chats, and a lot of you have this information. And honestly, when we're not around, you are our ambassadors and spokespeople, and we really appreciate absolutely everything you do for the community. And that's why we want to ensure that we do something for all of you too. And that's why we're going to make you all movie stars. I've always wanted to be in a movie. When I saw, the scripts and I was in there, it was a surprise to me. And then when I saw some of you are also in there, it was a surprise to me too. And I was like, fucking, this is perfect. This is exactly what we should be doing.
So this is also something, guys, it's part of an initiative that's going to be much more This is more of a long tail, initiative, and this is something that we'd like to involve all of you in as we move forward. So this is something that's really, really close to both Skyhopper and I, as far as how we roll this out and what we do, and also kind of what this looks like going, moving forward. So just stay tuned, and we're going to keep you all abreast of it.
Yeah, Emerson, you need to delete that Discord post where you misinformed lots of people regarding Zugbots. but yeah, if you're keen and you're developing a backstory about your hooligan, that's all it is. Definitely. And to be fair, one of Havsom's suggestions where we open up the ability for people to create kind of names and lore about their particular hooligan. That could actually be really useful in some of the writing that we're doing with the movie scripts.
Yeah, it has been. So please keep it coming.
Yeah. So great suggestion there as well, Havsom. Hopefully we'll all be movie stars and see ourselves on the big screen as our hooligans, and that again will be something that's never been done before. And for all these people out there saying they're making storytelling NFTs that really don't do anything, like we actually, every one of your NFTs can tell a story. They actually tell a story using the apps that we're doing and move around. But you can all tell a wider, bigger story for us that'll hopefully turn into a feature film as well. So me and West and members of the team are really, really pushing hard for that, and we want to make it a reality.
There will be a set date for reveal.
Yeah, there will be a set date for reveal. The reveal is likely to be a week after the mint. Yeah. I think that's it. I think I was only supposed to do half an hour. It's been an hour.
We got to
bounce. We gotta formalize all this stuff and get it out there. So I'll take one last comment or one last criticism.
Yo, Skyhopper.
Yes. 697 in the building.
Yeah, I couldn't be more excited. Honestly, I want to make sure the entire community knows. Think about the last product that was like this transmedia world that you could have several different gateways to enter, and it doesn't matter where you enter. Let's say it was Pokemon. You could have entered the ecosystem by buying trading cards. You could have entered it by playing it on a gamepad or Nintendo or whatever devices Pokemon games were on. Today it's on mobile phone, obviously. And then all the movies, the TV series, there's so many gateways, even the toys for kids. And no matter which one was your enter point into the ecosystem, you kind of fell in love with it. And I can see that same transmedia world coming together here in our IP. Dude. And you are all witnessing it. The mobile game will have a different audience than the PC game. These are not the same kind of gamers that will be the audience for these games, but completely different. And then all this entertainment we are creating and all the other avenues that we haven't even gone to yet, but I know everything is possible with us having the runway and us having the support. Us just we are going to exponentially grow in the very next months. I can see that happening, and we are the OGs. We get to enjoy this all.
100%.
Just keep your eyes open, and I know there's gonna be more opportunities here than anywhere else. I've been doing a lot of research on our competitors, but I can say honestly, the road is all the way open for us. Just focus on this now.
You heard it from 6967 himself.
So you're an absolute legend, brother.
6967 just spits facts all the time, and big shout out. 6967 is doing a lot of work in the background as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The research and insight that 6967 is providing on some of the gaming aspects of the gaming world is completely so valuable.
Yeah, it's absolutely priceless. Just a quick shout out to you, 69. I mean, you have an incredible and just an astute understanding of what this product looks like and what the value proposition is moving forward. So if anybody ever has questions about that, I know 69 will enlighten you. So
all right, cool. One last question that I saw is, when will the 3D printed Huli sculptures be available to purchase anytime in the future? They're available right now, but we're just gonna to avoid a logistical nightmare, we're gonna stand up a feature on the website where you can.
Yeah, we've got some.
Once you've like bought it with K Gold, you can then put in your delivery details, and we're not messing around too much in Discord trying to track things. So we are going to wait till that goes live to put that out, but they're definitely ready to go. So I'm hoping we can do that ASAP. Will K Gold menu be open for guests? Yeah, I don't see why not. If they're in their community, you know, they're getting stuck in, they're interested. You know, let them have a piece of what we're doing for sure. But I think that's it, people. Big shout out to everybody who's attended. I hope that was an enjoyable session for you. Big shout out to Have Some.
Appreciate you all.
So
much, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Emerson.
No shout out to Emerson for the misinformation. Joke, Emerson.
Appreciate you, Emerson. I also love you.
I think Emerson, you've actually seen the Skyhopper reveal, right?
I have seen the Skyhopper docs.
There you go. So Emerson's the person you need to speak to if you ever want to track me down.
I'll never give that information up.
Soldier. Maybe one day. You know what? Like, I was literally going to reveal a while ago, and I thought, you know what? Like, it's actually a bit more interesting if Skyhopper stays unrevealed for a while. But all I will say is that many of you have seen me unknowingly. That's all I'll say. That's it. All right. I think
looky eyes emoji. All right, we gotta go.
I think that's it, people. No, that's not me, Dennis. That is not me at all. That's I don't know who that random geezer is. Have you seen him before?
It's that guy.
I don't know. All right. Anyway, peace. I hope that was good, and also hopefully make sure you're on 4 p.m. and make sure you're all turned up at 10 a.m. tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun. Yeah, I definitely provide creepy looks for free.
Appreciate you guys later.